What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. And today I'm gonna talk about some 10 tips. I'm gonna give you 10 tips which you need to know if you are a new driver and if you are getting on the road while driving a car. So these are just like common tips that you need to know while you are driving, and I'm just gonna tell you all that. And it's just like really easy. You just have to practice it a couple of times and then you will be like a pro in that. So you just need to know these. So let's just get right into it. The first tip I would like to tell you is the arrow on the fuel gauge. Like as you can see on my fuel gauge, there is an arrow on the left that it is pointing on the left side. So this means that my fuel tank is on my left side of the car. If I am going somewhere and I have to refill my car, I know on the gas station on which side my gas tank is, because it's like very useful when you are renting a car or if you are doing something. This just indicates you where your fuel tank is, and it is just gonna save you from the hassle that you have to make on which side you need to park your car to refill your car. So as you can see on the left side of my car, there is a fuel tank. So the indication on the dashboard of my fuel was just right, that my fuel tank is on the left side. The second thing which I would like to tell you is, if you are approaching somewhere or if you are coming from some road and there is a T-point and you are not able to see on the left side if there are some pedestrians or not, you can just look into the cars which are parked there and you can see the reflections of people on the car and on the car windows. That will just help you to go through that road, because there is some times when you are just passing the road and you don't know who is coming from the left or from the right. So you just go through it, and if somebody pops up in front of you, you are just gonna hit them. So you don't want that to happen. So you can just use some mirrors which are just like here and there, and cars are parked there, so you can just see the reflection of people and you can save a big crash. So the third thing which I would like to tell you is, there are a lot of new people who are just learning to drive the car, and when they reverse, they don't know where they have to turn their wheel. Like, it is really simple. While you are driving in forward, then you are turning your wheel on the right to go on the right, and you are turning the wheel on the left to go on the left. It's the same while you have to reverse. If you are reversing and if you are parking parallelly somewhere, if you have to park parallelly to the right, you have to turn your wheel to the right. And if you have to park parallel to the left, you have to turn your wheel to the left. It's really easy. Wherever you just have to park your car or wherever you want to go, you just have to turn the wheel in that same direction. I'm gonna show you that. As you can see, I have turned my car on and I have my gear in first gear. So I am just like demonstrating while you are driving forward. So this is a common thing that, you know, if you have to go to the right, you are just gonna turn your wheel to the right and your car is gonna start moving in the right direction. And if you want to go to the left, you are gonna turn your wheel to the left and your car is gonna start going in the left direction. So you can see that easily. It's really easy. It is the same thing while you are driving in reverse. Like I'm gonna show you, I have to park on that side, that's my left side, and I have to go to that side. So I am gonna put my car in reverse gear and I have to go to the left, so I'm gonna turn my car all the way to the left. My car is turned all the way to the left, and you can see from the front, you can just judge where my car is going. It is going in the left, and it is just like approaching that footpath where I need to park. Like, it's really easy if you want to move it. As you can see, I am just like tilted towards the left. And now I'm gonna show you, when you have to go to your right side, you have to turn your wheel all the way to the right and you just have to release the clutch slowly. And you can see I'm going to the right side. I am just going to that side. So this is a really easy task to know, and you just have to turn your wheel on this side wherever you want to go, no matter what you are going, in forward direction or in backward direction. I have seen this a lot when you are driving, and most of the drivers just don't know if their wheel is just like straight or not, and they have just like turned in which direction. They don't know while they are driving. So tip for that is, there are only 3 directions where your wheel can be. This is just like in straight, and when you are going to turn right, so this is all the way to the right and this is all the way to the left. So mostly at this point my wheel is straight. I know my wheel is straight because I'm driving for a long time, so I know my wheel is straight. So normally if you are just not sure about it, if you are just like turned to the right and it's just like in the same direction, you don't know in which direction your wheel is, you can just release the clutch a little bit and you can just start moving your car. And you can see your car is going to the right direction, so your wheel is turned towards your right direction. You just have to turn in the opposite direction. Your wheel is now straight, so your tires are straight. So it's like really easy to predict that, and you just have to drive your car a little bit and you will be able to know in which direction your wheel is turned. So a lot of time people are just like, when they're driving on a steep hill, they don't know how to drive it while you are driving, or if you are a new driver, you just don't know how to drive it. And while you are driving a manual, it's not easy. In an automatic car, you can just press the brake and you can give some gas and you'll just start moving and you can release the brake. So it's like really easy in an automatic car. But if you are driving a manual car, what you can do is, while you are driving, you can just pull the e-brake. You can just pull the e-brake while you are driving, and you have to release the clutch slowly. And when your car starts moving, you just have to release the handbrake slowly, and gradually you are just going to release the handbrake and you are going to give some gas and release the clutch, and your car will start moving on a steep hill. So there's a common problem with a lot of cars. Like, this is not a problem, but you don't know while you are new in your car, and sometimes you are just not able to turn your ignition key easily. It is just not turning on. So what you can do is, you can just wiggle your steering wheel around left and right, and then simultaneously you have to turn your key. You just have to do it with your left hand. You have to wiggle your wheel left and right, and you are just gonna turn your key on, and then your car will be on, and it won't be a big deal. So you just have to wiggle your wheel left and right, and then you'll be able to do it. This happens because sometimes when you are getting out of your car, you are just like holding your wheel and your car is locked, so steering wheel gets locked, and you just push it in some other direction and it just gets locked. So this is the reason why your ignition key is not able to just rotate. So you just have to wiggle your wheel around, and then you can just rotate your ignition key. So I have seen this a lot. People are just driving their car, and at night all of the people just have their high beam on, and you are just like blind because of this mirror, and all of the light from the rear is just like inside your eyes. It's just getting in your eyes, and you are not able to see properly. So what you can do is, there is just like a small thing here, like this is just like a button type, knob type thing, and you just have to pull it towards you, and this mirror is just gonna get upside. So it is just gonna change the direction. It is just gonna change the position, and now you can just see it have got darker, and you can see the light is not reflecting in the mirror. If I'm gonna do it in normal size, you can just see everything is just like visible and the light is visible. But when I'm gonna do this, the light is not visible that much. Whenever you sit in your car is like really hot. If you are sitting in it after a really long time, if your car is parked under the sun, it's gonna be really hot from inside. So what you can do is, you can just roll down all of the windows. You can just roll down all of the windows of your car, and you can just stop for a little bit of time, and it is just gonna cool down your car from inside, and it is just gonna get nice, and you won't have to hassle a lot. So after some time, your car is gonna be in a really nice temperature from inside, and then you can just turn your AC on, and you need to have it on this mode, because this means that all of the air inside your car is just gonna rotate. And sometimes people just have this in this mode. This means all of the air from the atmosphere, all of the outer air, most of the outer air is just gonna come inside your car, which is gonna be in your car. So this is a better option. And if you are just like turning your AC on, and if you have your AC on this mode, it is gonna get really cool quickly, because when you have this mode, it is just gonna take some more time to cool down your car. But this mode is just like the best when you are turning on the AC. The last step I would like to talk about is, if you are moving your car, if you have your car and if you moved it from somewhere, and if you see a lot of oil under your car. So what that means, it means something is leaking from your car. That's a normal thing. Like, everybody is just gonna say, yeah, something is leaking. So that's a thing. But you can also predict what is leaking from your car just looking at that leaked oil on the road or on the driveway. So if you have brown oil on the road, that means you have an engine oil leak. So if you have brown, you just need to get it to a mechanic. If you have any oil leak, you have to take your car to the mechanic, and you can just check that. If you have pinkish oil on the road or on the driveway, this means there's a transmission oil leak in your car. So you have to check your transmission, and you have to get that fixed. If you have greenish oil on the floor or on the road, then you need to see that it is antifreeze. Antifreeze is leaking from your car, so you need to refill the antifreeze, and you need to stop that leak. And if the leak is from the back of your car, if you have moved your car and that was the rear of your car, that means gas leak is leaking from your car. There is a lot of gasoline puddle, and you'll just able to see that is gasoline, and it is leaking from the behind. So from behind, only gasoline can leak. Most probably only gasoline can leak. So these are some common tips that you need to know. And if you are parked on a public road, it doesn't mean that that oil was from your car. It could be from some else's car too. Their car was parked there and their car was leaking. But if you see a leak on your driveway or a place where you usually park, only you park there, so that means your car is leaking and you need to get that fixed. So I hope you got something from this video, and this video was just like for the beginners and they can just learn something from this, and I hope you just really enjoyed this video. So thank you guys for watching. And smash the like button because it is just really nice and I get motivated to make more videos. And just subscribe to my channel because that helps me a lot. Thank you guys. Peace out.